If you're not coming up with the number satisfactory to the board, then board says, what kind of CEO are you? Maybe we should be looking for somebody else. Or we feel that, okay, you have done a good job, but can we do better than this next year? What do you need? So we make arrangements so that we could do better than this. That's the difference between a social business and a profit-making business. And many other companies became interested. We have Grameen Veolia. Veolia is a water company, another French company, to bring water in the villages of Bangladesh. Bangladesh has a very serious problem of water because of arsenic. We have about 42 to 45 million people who drink arsenic-contaminated water. Their children drink poison every day, and no solution has been found yet. So we thought maybe we should make our small effort to do that, see if we can find a way. So we created this water company to make water very cheap, to recover the cost, so that the company recovers its cost and continues. And it's working very well. And that's also subject of this book that we've discussed. And then German company became interested. BASF is the largest, probably one of the largest company in chemical company in the world. They became interested. They contacted us to do a social business, and we, after a long discussion, we created one, and that is Grameen BASF. We we'll start the production at the end of the year, but now the factory is being built to produce mosquito nets, treated mosquito nets, so that people can sleep under mosquito nets, and the mosquito population reduces. And people protect themselves from malaria and dengue, which is a big killer in Bangladesh. So this is, again, a health intervention. Another company, a German company, Adidas, they became interested and invited me to their headquarters to discuss this. What is this social business? How do we do social business? So when the CEO asked me that question, I said maybe we should come up with some kind of mission statement for the company, which will the social business can flow from that. Said, such as what? What kind of mission statement can we make? So I said maybe it can be like this. Nobody in the world should go without shoes. And as a shoe company, it's our responsibility to make shoes affordable even to the poorest person. So he looks at me, he said, that's big. So I said, well, Adidas is big. So if you don't take big things, who will? So what he did, he convened a kind of brainstorming session with his colleagues. Well, he sent me out to see their museums and facilities and so on. 3 hours later, we joined in the lunch. At the lunchtime, he was sitting next to me. He said, my colleagues asked me to ask you how cheap the shoes should be in order to be affordable to the poorest person. I said, look, I'm not a shoe person. But let's say it should be under €1. So he looks at me, he says, you are very tough. I said, well, that's the way it should be. I mean, if you're trying to do something affordable to the poorest person, you start with the bare minimum and see how close you can get. So again, they had a discussion, and finally at the end, they called me in and said, we are deciding that we'll take your challenge and we'll do it. So out of that, we created the Grameen Adidas company, and they have sent lots of their staff to come to Bangladesh to see, talk to the women in the villages, children in the villages, men in the villages, to see what kind of shoes they ever wore in the past, how much they paid, what was good, what was bad, what kind of shoes they would like. And they have done all these studies and designed shoes, showed them how does it look good. And after that, they now next month, probably they will August, they will bring 10,000 pairs of shoes designed after this discussion, and for test marketing. After the test marketing, they'll get more feedback, concrete feedback now, and then they'll go back to the drawing board again, adjust them, and then set up a plant in Bangladesh to produce these shoes in a massive scale, so that everybody can afford to wear shoes. Here, the shoe is again a health issue. It's not a fashion, it's not a comfort, which is important, but the basic need is a health issue, because many of our diseases come through the skin of our feet, particularly parasitic diseases. And if you see the bloated stomach of children running around in the village, you know, it's all the parasites he's carrying around or she's carrying around, and killing everything he or she eats goes to feed them rather than feed him. So this, if we can help people wear shoes all the time, they will protect themselves from those diseases and so on. So we have created lots of those companies already. We have Japanese companies coming up, and we are doing Japanese company Uniqlo is a big chain in Japan. They want to do a social business with us.